Hello everyone, welcome to my Emmerdale channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. The usually serene village of Emmerdale was buzzing with whispers, the kind that make even the bravest hearts uneasy. At the heart of this storm stood Robert Sugden, his face pale and drawn, eyes haunted by disbelief. For years he had thought he knew Joe Tate, business partner, friend, sometimes rival, but tonight everything he believed was shattered. It all started with a mysterious envelope slid under the door of the woolpack. Robert, curious yet wary, tore it open. Inside were photos and documents, evidence of something so sinister it made his stomach churn. Joe's carefully constructed life, the polished charm he wore like armor, had a dark, hidden side, and Robert, who had trusted him, felt the ground shift beneath his feet. As he read the details, memories of the past few months flickered before his eyes. The late-night business meetings that had always seemed innocuous, the whispered phone calls Joe insisted were confidential, even the odd trips that were never fully explained. Robert had dismissed the doubts, but now the truth was undeniable. Joe had been hiding something deeply illegal, a secret that, if exposed to the villagers, would destroy not just his reputation, but the lives of those close to him. Robert's mind raced. He thought of Aaron, who had always been wary of Joe's intentions, of his family, who had knowingly been dragged into Joe's schemes, and of the village itself, innocent and unsuspecting. The weight of knowing such a secret was almost unbearable. He confronted Joe later that evening at home farm. The tension was electric, the kind that crackles before a storm. Joe's eyes, usually so confident and calculating, flickered with something Robert couldn't place. Fear? Guilt? Or was it the thrill of knowing he'd been caught? "Robert," Joe began, his voice smooth but strained. "Explain. Joe, this is monstrous. How could you?" His voice broke, a mix of anger and heartbreak. "All these years I thought you were my friend, and you've been hiding this from everyone, from me." Joe leaned back, trying to maintain his composure. "You don't understand. You never did. It wasn't just for me. It was survival. You'd do the same if you had to." Robert shook his head, the betrayal cutting deeper than he could have imagined. He felt a storm of emotions, rage, confusion, and sorrow. The man he had admired, the ally he had relied upon, had been living a lie, and now the entire village was at risk. The next morning, news of Joe's secret spread like wildfire. Whispers became accusations, friends became wary, and the once trusted businessman became the talk of the town, the villain hiding behind a polished smile. Robert tried to navigate the chaos, to protect those caught in the fallout, but the sense of devastation lingered like a shadow. He walked alone through the misty streets of Emmerdale, the weight of betrayal pressing down. Every familiar corner, every friendly face seemed tainted by the knowledge of Joe's actions. For Robert, life would never be the same again. Trust was shattered, innocence lost, and the man he thought he knew revealed as someone he barely recognized. As night fell, Robert stared out over the valley, the village lights flickering like distant stars. One thing was certain: Emmerdale would survive, as it always had, but Robert's heart felt irreparably scarred. The shock of Joe's dark secret would haunt him and the village for a long, long time.